When you say the word challenge, it's easy to think about big, life-changing ideas and decisions. And then we forget that just balancing the family budget every month is a very real challenge that most of us face.
So, does it follow that stretching those cents inevitably means baked beans for dinner?
We don't think so, and a while back we posed the challenge of preparing a 3-course meal for a family of 4 for under 100 Rand to Mela's resident foodie.
Utica passed that test with flying colours, so we decided to raise the bar and drop the budget.
To keep things real, this time she had to prepare only the main dish, but the budget was now 50 Rand.
What? Now this I've got to see.
I love cooking and being organised is a must. I'm all for planning my meals at the start of each week, and this way I can make use of those fabulous supermarket specials. It can really save you loads of money. My favourite supermarket usually has juicy fresh chicken drumsticks at a discounted price. The carrots, potatoes and onions are always within my budget.
I've got all the ingredients I need, and now I'm getting started on the 50 Rand challenge. Welcome back to my kitchen. It's time to prepare the 50 Rand challenge meal, a dish for 4. It's a Moroccan-inspired chicken dish using whole spices, fresh herbs like coriander and thyme, and I'm going to pop in some potatoes too because they're my favorite. So let's get started. We have chicken drumsticks, potatoes, garlic, salt, smoked paprika, this is sweet paprika, stock cubes, lemon, fresh herbs like thyme, coriander. We've got sliced onion, carrots, and a bit of flour to dust the chicken before we seal it. And we're going to start with some sunflower oil in our pan. Next, just take these drumsticks and lightly coat them in flour and pop them into the pan. You want these to brown gently and not hit the pan and burn the flour. And I always prefer using my fingers when I do this. Get these done as quickly as possible so they all can brown quite evenly and at the same time. Last one going in. And now just use some tongs and turn these around. I'm going to turn up the heat now and get these beautiful golden. These are now browned and perfect, just sealing in the moisture. Now use whichever kind of chicken that you can find on special. Sometimes it's whole chicken, sometimes it's chicken thighs, sometimes it's the fillets. Now grab these drumsticks and pop them into a casserole dish. Next we're going to start with the sauce for this chicken. Now first ingredient, sunflower oil. Just a touch going in. We have our cinnamon sticks, bay leaves and cumin seeds also going in. About 4 cardamom pods. I'm using green cardamom for this. And just remember with cardamom, you count them in and you count them out as well. Let's heat those spices through just until they're fragrant. And next, let's add the onion. So that's about 2 onions sliced in the pan. Now, because it's a 50 Rand challenge, it doesn't mean you need to eat junk food or just give up on your favorites. You can cook creatively and get amazing food done at a reasonable price as well. Now, a little tip for you at home, just add a touch of salt to the onion, and this breaks down the onions, brings out a sweetness, and also reduces the cooking time. Now we can add some carrots, and we're just softening these ingredients so they can melt into a lovely sauce. Next in goes some fresh thyme. I'm just taking these off the stems, and this is from my garden, so again, if you're trying to cut down on costs and love the flavors of fresh herbs, get a bit of a herb garden going because then you always have the herbs you need. Now traditionally this recipe uses saffron, and because of my budget I'm not going to use saffron this time. I'm just going to add a touch more turmeric just to give you a little more of that beautiful yellow color. Garlic. I always say get garlic cloves and crush them, and that's so you get the best flavor. About 4 garlic cloves going in. I'm going to lower the heat and then add paprika. This is smoked paprika, Spanish paprika. I'm using the sweet version. About 2 teaspoons. I always add a little extra. It's the only powdered spice going into this dish. And now I've crumbled up the stock cube. You can use chicken, vegetable or beef stock cubes in this recipe. Some water going in. Now bring it up to the boil before you pour it over the chicken, just to make sure all those flavors get together quite nicely. So this is ready. I'm pouring this over the chicken and just mix it through. And you could also serve this with couscous, or you could add olives, preserved lemons as well. I'm using potatoes, they really are my best veg. I've used 2 potatoes in here and just quarter them lengthwise. Some lemon. Use an unwaxed lemon and just use a bit of zest over. I also have these in my garden, so I'm quite fortunate that we can get them whenever we need them. Just gonna add some water now. Just make sure that the chicken is almost halfway covered and the potatoes are submerged in the liquid as well. And oops, I think I've just forgotten the turmeric. That happens to me sometimes. About half a teaspoon going in. I'm just sprinkling this over. And stirring it through. It's going to cook off in the oven anyway. That's about done. Now, this goes into the oven for 35 minutes at about 180 degrees Celsius. And the fatter the drumsticks, the longer the cooking time. So let's get this in. The chicken's been in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, and now it's time to garnish it. And fresh citrus adds a lovely zesty bite to this. Next, coriander. I use the stalks as well, and this is also from the garden, which saves on cost. And here is my Moroccan-inspired chicken casserole. It's nutritious, it's healthy, it's quick and easy to make. You can get on with other things at the end of the day. And now the best part is the tasting. The potato. It's lemony, it's citrusy, it's fantastic. That lemon really takes it to a whole new level. This is my 50 Rand challenge and I am absolutely delighted with the result. Thanks for watching.